Two Miiverse bottles! Two Miiverse bottles! Two Miiverse bottles! Two Miiverse bottles! Hey everybody, the UDU here, and welcome back to Let's Play the Legend of Zelda, the Wind Waker. Today I wasn't doing anything weird. But anyway, welcome back to the Let's Play. And in today's video, actually, as I explained what we did in the previous video, in case you didn't see it. In the previous video, we got the Swift Sail from the Windfall Island auction. And in today's video, we're now going to be progressing through the main story. Hoorah! 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 Blah 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 blah. So what we're going to be doing now is that we're going to be exploring this a little bit more of the ocean, as well as progressing the main story of the game. So while we go through here, I'm going to be explaining how the Swift Sail works. The Swift Sail only appears on the on the Wii U version of the game. It does not appear in the GameCube version. In the GameCube version, this slow sailing, that's the entire speed. That's the only speed that you have in the entire game. Now, objectively, you could go a little bit faster by going like this, by jumping and then moving the thumbstick and turning, but that gets really repetitive very quickly. The reason why the boat was so slow in the GameCube version was because of the fact that the GameCube just could not render the islands fast enough for you to get to them if you were sailing any faster. Because if you went any faster, then the boat would... then the ocean wouldn't be rendered, and you would fall off the side of the ocean. So they had to work with the best they had with the time, but with the Wii U hardware is capable of loading the entirety of the Great Ocean at once, so they made the boat faster. Something really cool about the Wii U, about the Swift Sail, is that the Swift Sail will automatically change the wind direction depending on when you're going. And for the original sail, you had to manually change the wind direction with the Wind Waker every time you wanted to change the sail. What are you doing to me? I am barely out of the square! Look at the gamepad map. We are barely out of the stupid square. You don't get to tell me where I get to go. This is a Zelda game. We get to explore wherever we want. Okay, this brings up something I hate about this part of the game. If you sail anywhere outside of like an upside down L shape between Windfall and Dragon Roost, and then Dragon Roost, and then the magical glowing square, the boat will tell you that it's too soon to explore. This is actually kind of stupid in my opinion, because for one, wouldn't it be faster to go from Windfall and go across to the magical diamond-shaped triangle thingy? Because I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. This is a Zelda game. We should be able to explore it, but the game is telling us that it's too soon to explore. I really do not. Wait, what? Oh, okay, I got distracted because the lamp on top of the boat looked like a Miiverse bottle, and I was wondering how a Miiverse bottle even got rendered on top of the boat. So, yeah, that basically sums up my complaints about this part of the game, is that, the game straight up tells you cannot explore at this point in the game, and it's very irritating. We're gonna be feeding the map fish. We did skip over one island, but I'll get back to that one later, when I get the opportunity to. That's basically gonna be the rule of thumb, where if it's convenient for me, then I'll still map fish on screen. But for any other occasion, then I'm gonna be, having it play at the end of the video, the different conversations you'll have, if it's just not convenient for us, because I will be doing most of the map fish conversations off screen. Tell me, Smile Fry, have you ever caught a fairy before? Because from what I've been told, when you've been beaten to a pulp by monsters and such, and think that you're finally met your match, if you got a fairy with you, then you've got nothing to worry about. Don't you wish you had something handy for carrying fairies around with you, Fry? If you want one, go south from here until you see a miserable-looking submarine floating out to sea. Look there. And that's all the info I've got to offer. If you want to hear it again, you'll have to throw some more bait on the water for me, so that's my policy, Fry. I can't go fighting an evil on an empty stomach, you know? And with that, I'm off. You can actually read the descriptions for the Mapfist descriptions again if you look at the gamepad screen. I can't show this because I don't have a way to record gamepad footage. I can do screenshots and every now and then, but I don't want to have to do that too frequently. Besides, it's not really all that important because it will just tell us information that we already saw on screen. So if the map is around here, then I'm going to go talk to him again. Miiverse bottles. Miiverse bottles are mine. These are mine. We'll go back for that Miiverse bottle. I'll save you, Miiverse bottle. You are my only true friend. Yeah, we got it. We got the thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And over here is one of my favorite things to do in the Great Ocean. I just love looking at these going to these platforms over here, sneaking up on these guys, and then murdering them in cold blood. Because if they fall in the lava, the lava, yes, the water's made out of lava. If they fall in the water, then even though you don't get the rewards you potentially could have had, I just love sneaking up on them when they're not even looking. They're just minding their own business and then murdering them in cold blood. I might sound vicious, but what are you gonna do? Now, this is a little side quest thingy that we can do. There is a character with a what's it called? A telescope. There's a character with a telescope around here. I think it's on a different part of this square. It might be on a different island or so. But there's a character with a submarine with a telescope that they'll be looking at the submarine. That, alongside with the Mapfist's comments, are going to be your indication that there is something worth exploring here. These rats, you want to be careful with them because if you're too slow to pick up the rewards that you would have gotten from these enemies, then they will carry them off and just be evil and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to try my best to defeat these guys with their own swords. And like right there, I wasn't able to, but I'm going to try anyway because I'm awesome like that. Excuse me! You did not get to come out from the side of the screen and attack me like that. I've already had too many bad experiences like that from that one bear in the city of Vilcabamba in the original Tomb Raider game. You do not need to do that to me too. No, I could have been on top of the treasure chest if I'd known it would have been there. Oh, I'm sad now. Sadness. Depressing. Not even pudding. And we get an empty bottle. Oh yeah. So now that we have two of them, we are actually halfway through the empty bottles in this game. So yeah, that's exciting. So now we're gonna be leaving this place. Bye bye submarine. Alright, let's go onto the boat. And our destination is off on the horizon, so let's go! But before we do that, I want to go over to this wooden outpost thingy right here, because I feel like it. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do that later. I was thinking about doing it now, but there are some bombs on the side of it, and I don't want to fight it until we have the ability to properly defend ourselves from the cannons on the side of it. And those islands rendering, they did not mask the rendering for those things very well. Yay, GameCube limitations on a Wii U remake. Yes, do you not see what rises up from the horizon? This is where you must go, Lady Gertie, the Forest Haven. It may appear as though this is but a great tree rising up far above the ocean surface. But it is a sacred place. It is inside the grotto that you will find the spirit of the earth, the great Deku Tree. You must speak with the Deku Tree and receive from him the sacred gem known as Pharaoh's Pearl. I fear that Ganon's foul hand may have already reached this most sacred of sanctuaries. Go forth with caution, Lady Gertie. Miiverse bottle! I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. Why do you keep accusing me of having a problem? I don't have a problem. Another Miiverse bottle! I warned you guys that I would be easily distracted by the Miiverse bottles. Now, even though I'm probably not going to be reading half of these, I will go out of my way to collect Miiverse bottles no matter what. Even if I'm on a straight path to a dungeon, like we are now. Even if we are on a straight path to a dungeon, I will go out of my way to get a Miiverse bottle. Anyway, we are now facing a new enemy. This is a Deku Baba. These have appeared in most of the Zelda games. I don't remember if there have been any Zelda games where they haven't appeared. They would drop a Bokobaba seed. Well, I guess they're called Bokobabas, but I'm gonna call them Deku Babas just simply because that's what I've always called them. These Deku Babas They will appear in Forest Haven, as well as a few other places, which we'll get into later. Um, they're not nearly as fun as they are to fight in this game as they were in Skyward Sword, because I loved fighting those things in Skyward Sword. Like, if you saw that Let's Play, you'd know just how much I loved fighting those things, because, like, their mouth would open one way, and you'd have to just slash the sword, in the direction their mouth was open. It was just so much fun. I loved fighting those things in that game. But they're not nearly as fun to fight in this game as they are in that game. Although they are pretty interesting, because they can only be defeated if you attack the little stick that's holding up their head. So that's like a little interesting little detail that's worth pointing out. Over there, Octorok, user sealed to reflect the circular ball of doom towards it. Can I use my? No, I cannot. I was thinking I can use the rope to get that ruby in the water, but I can't because the ending doesn't go that low. So we can get these. I think we can also use the rope to steal the material that we would have gotten from these enemies without actually having to fight them. I'm going to test this theory out. Let's do this. Yep, we did. It works. Yay! I wonder what the Dekababa is going to look like in Zelda U. Like, the funny thing is, I'm recording this like a couple weeks before E3, and the big thing Nintendo is doing this year is that one is that Zelda U will be the only game they show at E3. Watch, I say that now, and they have like some big surprise announcement, new game that they saw at E3, and I look like an idiot now. This video is being recorded before E3 even happens, so at the point that I'm recording this, even though by the time this video is uploaded, we would have known a lot more about the game. At the point that I'm recording this, I really don't know anything about Zelda U at this point. Like, my point in time right now, we're still in that mindset of only gotten those 3 small teasers over the course of the last couple years. But at E3, we're going to get a ton of information about the game. So it's really interesting to know that right now, I don't know anything about the game right now, but by the time this video is uploaded, I will know more about the game. So it's just a really interesting detail. Not an interesting detail, it's an interesting thing to think about. So what we need to do is that Link needs to use his head. Get it? He runs into the tree. My jokes are stupid. But anyway, we have some choo-choos to fight, so let's go destroy these guys. And pick up the choo-choo jelly, and the apparently green choo-choo jelly is a new type of material that we haven't gotten yet. Materials in this game, they're not nearly as important as they were in Skyward Sword or anything like that, but they're still pretty important to collect. When you see them, you definitely want to get them, because they're pretty helpful for side quests. Like, it's not like in Skyward Sword where you use the materials that you got from the enemies to upgrade your arm, to upgrade your gear or whatnot. It's mostly just for side quests and things like that. Your appearance. Could you be the legendary hero of time? Did the king finally find the hero of time? What? Don't you understand the Hylian language? So you are not the hero of time. I must apologize, that was an error. I saw your clothing and suddenly I felt a longing from an age gone by. The longing caused by the ancient tongue to pass my lips. I am the guardian spirit of this forest haven, the Deku Tree. I owe you my thanks for your aid in ridding me of those foul creatures. Tell me, what was it not the King of Red Lions, the boat who speaks, who led you to this place? So it is true. Then you have come here because you have the need of the pearl of the goddess. I see. I knew that there would be a reason the monsters had begun to congregate in the regions around the woods. Now I understand it. He has returned. Ganon has returned. In that case, we must make haste. Korok's little children of the woods, this traveler is not your enemy. Let your hearts be at ease and still yourselves. These are the Koroks, the spirits of the forest. Once upon a time, long ago, the Koroks took on human forms, but when they came to live at the sea, they took these shapes. Now they fear people, but to me, they will ever be my cherished little children. As it happens, you have come just in time for a ceremony that the Koroks hold, but once every year, it is about to begin. I shall grant the pearl to you once their ceremony is complete. I must apologize for the brief delay, but if the ceremony is not completed soon, an ill fate could befall us. So let it begin. Are you ready? We are not, O Great Deku Tree. Something terrible has happened. It is Makar. What is the matter, Linder? You and Makar are always late. No, it is not that. O Great Deku Tree, Makar fell into the Forbidden Woods. What? The Forbidden Woods? I told him to be careful, but still, Makar flew above the Forbidden Woods, and he has drew close to it. Foolish Makar. Lady Gear to you, you have heard all this. The Forbidden Woods are right beside the hallowed island of the Forest Haven. Those woods, the whole region is a vile place that is home to evil beasts. And now it seems that they have taken a child of the forest named Makar. Your presence here is no mistake, I deem. The King of Red Lions likely expects great deeds of you. It is why he brought you here. I am sorry to ask you this, but can you go rescue young Makar for me? Brother Deku Tree, people cannot fly through air. Ah, yes. Thank you, child. You are right. It is not possible to enter those woods from the sea, it is. I would guess from your size you are heavier than the Korok children, yet I think we may still be able to solve this dilemma. You must use this item as bestow upon you and fly through the sky. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time reading these things. Aw, the Great Deku Tree gave birth. Forgive me, Lady Gear, to you, but could you climb to the ground and Forgive me, Lady Gear, to you, but could you climb up to the top of my crown and get the leaf from up there? Alright, while we do this, I'm going to be explaining a couple of things about this place. First off, his conversation, him saying that the Koroks used to take on a human form, that has led people to believe that the Koroks are evolved versions of the Kokiri from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In that game, the Kokiri were ageless children who lived in the forest. Link was one of them, but he left the forest at the beginning of the game for his grand adventure when the Great Deku Tree passed away. Spoilers, I guess, for a very popular game. I won't go too far into Ocarina of Time spoilers, but I am going to be spoiling a little bit for a couple things I have to explain right now. The Kokiri are believed to have evolved into the Koroks after when the sea appeared. And another thing is that the Great Deku Tree himself, you can see the way that he kind of evolved over time through the official Zelda timeline. I'll talk more about this later in the game when it becomes a little bit more relevant to us. But as for right now, I'm going to be demonstrating this new super awesome item, which is honestly one of my favorite items in the entire game, the Deku Leaf. It is really fun and it's exciting, and I was really happy that that was part of Lana's moveset in Hyrule Warriors when she has a Deku staff weapon. Because honestly, I know some people think that Lana might be a little bit too, I don't know what this. I guess proper comparison would be like a Vocaloid character, a Japanese Vocaloid character. But honestly, I really like Lana. She's really adorable in Hyrule Warriors. She's one of my favorite characters in that game. And that's what made me happy that one of my favorite items in Wind Waker was part of one of her movesets for that game. So what we're going to be doing next is that we're going to end the video when we get to the dungeon, but we're going to talk to this guy real quick. Congratulations, swordsman! It appears you've finally gotten the Deku Leaf. That eerie-looking island over there is home to the Forbidden Woods. Makar is trapped somewhere within there. You'll have to float over there to the entrance from here using the Deku Leaf. But when you're flying with the Deku Leaf, you're at the mercy of the wind. If the wind can't carry you there, you'll fall into the sea before you land. If only the wind were blowing it in the right direction to carry you there. Now, I honestly do not remember if falling into the water right here makes you like fall into like the actual water and you have to swim back, or if it's like or if you like, or if it's like one of those things where you fall into a pit and you have to start over. I hope it's the latter, because if I fall and I land in the water, then I have to swim all the way back. That would be good. That would not be a good thing. That would be pure evil on the designer's parts, and I don't want to test that theory out. So hopefully nothing bad happens. This little platform over here always looked a little bit out of place for me right now. I don't know what it is about it, but it just always seems very random, like a giant high platform. It just feels very weird. Although it is a very clever use to make a platform in the game, just to have like an island appear upwards. Even if it looks a bit weird, I do have to give credit where credit is due. It is a clever way of making a platform thing in the middle of nowhere. So for this next jump, we have to go into this typhoon thing. It will not blow you away. It's not a bad thing at all. It will just simply make you go higher. Watch out for these enemies right here, because they will go after you. You need to be careful with them! Thank God it doesn't make me have to swim all the way back. Okay, magic will always appear when you cut the grass, so if you fall like I did, then you'll be fine, because magic will just reappear. Second time's a charm! And I missed. Alright, third time's the charm. Let's do this! Yeah, we got it! Now all we have to do is avoid the enemies. I did not push the A button! I did not push any button. Why did you fall, Link? How could this happen to me? I thought we were friends. Fourth time is the charm. Let's do this. Hopefully nothing will happen. Come on, let's do this. Let's go. Avoid the enemies, avoid the enemies, avoid the enemies, avoid the enemies. Yeah, we did it! We did it! We avoided them. Nothing weird happened. We did it. Oh, yeah. So, now we're getting this video off here. So, after we go, excuse me. Well, I guess I can still find these things real quick. Yeah, I'll do it later. On that note, we're getting this video off here. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. In the next video, we're going to be exploring the Forbidden Woods. And until next time, lead gear to you. Oh yeah.